28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Coupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Do you feel like a winner this morning? Winning is in your DNA, right? In your deoxyribonucleic acid. Wow. I remember that, okay? That's due to Miss Annie Charles. Yeah, my biology teacher at McDonald College, man. I could never forget those things. Good morning to the principal, staff, and students of McDonald College. Eulyn Alexander, good morning. You're dancing, right? Mary E. Banks, good morning to you. Sharon Bartholomew, good morning. Mildred Smith together with Shem, good morning. Hope you all are doing fine. Jillian McIntyre, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. It's slightly overcast. We'll get a comprehensive weather update during the weather report. Yeah. Yolan Swan, good morning to you. It's 26 minutes on to the 7 o'clock, and at this time, it's time for us to get on to the word of the day. And it's a nice word today, you know. Yeah. The word of the day today, it is meliorism. 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 Yeah, what does it mean? Now, meliorism refers to the belief that the world tends to improve and that humans can aid its betterment. Do you believe that? Are you a meliorist? The belief that the world tends to improve and that humans can aid its betterment. I believe we can aid its betterment, but oh my goodness, we've got some human beings that are just deplorable, man. Yeah. I mean, of course, we all fall short. There are times when we, but there are some folks who are just, their main modus operandi is just to be, any case, I'm not going there. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. Her belief in meliorism has given her a positive outlook on life. That's a good thing. Yeah. 25 minutes on to 7. Nadisha and the folks inside of Cafe, good morning to you. Miss Holmes, Abigail, good morning. I hope you all are back with us. We were having technical issues with the passage of the Hurricane Beryl. Transmitters and so forth, they were inaccessible. But I think the technical team did make a move up there yesterday. Good morning, Mike and the team. As we try to get back to things in normalcy. Nice. 24 minutes on to the hour of 7. It's time for us to do the motivational tip of the day. Yeah. And Dorian is going to bring that up to us. Learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow. I like this one. Learn as if you will live forever and live like you will die tomorrow. Yeah. Live every day as though it's the last day of your life. Yeah. Live. Learn like there is no tomorrow. And live as... No. I can't remember how it went. But nonetheless, you heard it. Learn as if you will live forever and live like you will die tomorrow. And that was a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah. I hope you're doing fine. Those of you in the north of the island, I hope things are coming back to, to the way they were. It's going to take a while, but believe you me, it will get better. It always does. It always gets better. If it doesn't get better, then it's not the end, all right? In the end, it all works out good. And if it doesn't work out good, then it's it's not the end. Good morning to you, Pastor Laurie and the team. The First Family, of course, the congregation of the Wester Hall New Testament Church of God, Bishop George Fletcher. Good morning, Pastor King. Good morning, Mommy. Good morning. Yeah, sister. Morning. The folks in River Sally and surrounding areas. I hope you all are doing fine. My good pastor friend on Content Hill. Good morning. How are you doing? It was good seeing you yesterday. The folks in Malty and Content. Good morning. Pastor Ruth Roberts. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing fine. I hope I have the name right. Yeah, Ruth Roberts. Yeah. Good, nice. Okay, folks, it's now time for our nutritional tip of the day. You know, we try to be as comprehensive as possible, so when you live the program, you are well treated. You know, you get your information health-wise and otherwise and so forth, plus your entertainment, of course. All right, so it's time for the health tip for the day. Nutrition hint.
Cancers can affect anyone, regardless of age or gender. People are exposed to developing cancers due to genetics, exposure to cancer-causing elements in their environment, and lifestyle practices. Although less common, cancers also affect children. The most common cancers found in children are bone cancer, tumors, which affect the brain and central nervous system, and lymphoma. Symptoms of cancer in children may be similar to other common illnesses among children. However, there are severe and consistent symptoms that you should pay close attention to and seek medical attention for immediately. These include bone and joint pain, constant tiredness and weakness, pale skin, bleeding or bruising, fever or weight loss, consistent headaches, dizziness, nausea and vomiting, blurred or double vision, swelling in the abdomen, consistent pain in any particular location of the body, swelling of the lymph nodes, and frequent infections or flu-like symptoms. Children can be treated for cancer, but treatment may differ depending on the type of cancer and how advanced the cancer is. Common treatment includes surgery, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, immunotherapy, and stem cell transplant. The National Cancer Institute states that the causes of most childhood cancers are not known, and about 8 to 10% of all cancers in children are caused by an inherited genetic mutation that is passed from parents to their children. When a child is diagnosed with cancer, nutrition should be an integral part of care during and after treatment. Medical nutrition therapy is important in managing nutritional deficiencies and undernutrition that can develop during treatment and in supporting growth, development, and the immune system. Nutrition intervention should begin very early in the process and can support better treatment outcomes. Until next time, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council reminds you to look, eat, and feel well.
Ring a bell? Yes, they keep the body working.
Thank you. Right, so this is not just for for you to hear something. I want you to take particular notice of what is being said and see how it can be intertwined in your daily lives, right? It's 19 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time. Anika Reese, good morning to you. Also Cicely Blackman, Yule and Swan, yes, good morning. Michelle Cambridge, good morning from Brooklyn, New York. Nice, good. Just got word that the folks up at Cafe, they're back with us, so that means that we did get some work done with our transmission yesterday. Thank you, Mike, and the entire team. Yeah, I know we'll get it right. We'll get it there. We'll get there, man. We are with you anywhere and everywhere. Good morning to my good friend, brother Ashley Hines. How you doing, bro? Hines-o. Good morning to you, Tone. Andre Jerome, good morning. How you doing? My good friend Harold Pie City, good morning. Rochelle Cummings has just joined us. Good morning. Grenada, give God thanks, she says. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. What are the buzzing stories that we will get more details in during the news? The United Nations World Food Program, well, they've launched an emergency food aid in Grenada following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. And I'm just, I'm amazed at the number of agencies and people, individuals out there in the diaspora that are coming to Grenada's rescue. I mean, St. Vincent and the Grenadines too, but I'm Grenadian, so I'm seeing what's happening for Grenada. I mean, I'm just, it's just a pleasant feeling the way that they're rushing to our assistance, man. The world could be such a good place, The world can be such a good place. In the region, we hear that a Jamaican resigns from a U.S. radio station after revealing that U.S. President Joe Biden aides provided interview questions. Come up with your own questions now. Do like me, just have a conversation. You ask the questions that you think the people out there want to know. I don't write questions. As a matter of fact, I prefer not to know who's coming. Internationally, U.S. consumer inflation eases more than expected in June. And in sports, our national senior women's football team, along with the under-18 girls, they have arrived in Trinidad and Tobago ahead of the Women's Warriors Wellness Cup. Those are the stories that are buzzing this morning. Good morning to the folks in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Nutmeg Queen, good morning to you. How are you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Hope you're having a lot of rest and that you're, having the energy for when you get to Grenada. It's going to be... I'm saying it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Want to say good morning to Miss Denise Parrott and Mr. Lennox Parrott out there in Griffin Lane, Grenville. Good morning, Mommy and Dad. Hope you all are doing fine. Miss Annie and Joe, good morning. My pops and the entire family, the entire home circle, Curtie and Daniel and Delia and Carla and Dumpling and everybody. Good morning. The folks inside of Coffee Bow Hill, good morning, folks. It's that time when we take that break. We've got the AM edition of news, sports, and the weather coming up right here on the GBN.
Mark your calendars for a day of non-stop fun and laughter. The St. George's Lions Club, Spice Mass, and Grenlec present All Mass 2024. It's all happening at the Grenada Youth Center on Sunday, July 21st, starting at 3 p.m. Tickets are just $35 for adults and $15 for children 12 and under. Grab yours from any Lions and Leo members, Grenadian Optical, and Clear Vision. All Mass promises humorous antics and infectious laughter for the whole family. Be there. This advertisement sponsored by Demerara Mutual Life. Am with them.
Sound the alarm! Get your posse ready as the Spice Mass Corporation presents the highly anticipated Groovy and Power Soca Prelims. Groovy and Power Soca Prelims. Dates for the Groovy Soca Prelims: Wednesday, July 10th to Friday, July 12th on the Tantin Netball Court. And the Power Soca Prelims kicks off this Saturday, July 13th to Monday, July 15th on the Lassages Hard Court in St. David's. Admission only $10. Showtime 8 p.m. sharp. It's Soca and Mo Soca. It's the Groovy and Power Soca Prelims. Don't miss the experience.
Where are you come out? Where are you from? How was leave free promotion? It is all budget. Somebody send out the warning.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Friday, the 12th of July, 2024. Coming up in the news, the United Nations World Food Programme launches emergency food aid in Grenada following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. In the region, Jamaican radio announcer resigns from a U.S. radio station after revealing that the U.S. President Joe Biden, some of his aides provided interview questions. Internationally, U.S. consumer inflation eases more than expected in June. And in sports, our national senior women's team and the under-18 girls, they have arrived in Trinidad and Tobago ahead of the Women's Warriors Wellness Cup. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
This is Ezra the Fun Machine, and I'm calling all revelers, carnivalists, and bacchanalists. Let me tell you, take a loan of $3,000 or more for your costume and pay only $340 per month with God's ready cash. Plus, you get to enter to win your loan back. That's right! Pay $0 down and nothing for the first 30 days. All you need is your ID, proof of address, job letter, pay slip, and 2 references. Visit your nearest God's already cash location today or contact your carnival band for more details. Experience Carnival 2024 with God's ready cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply. Aye, aye, aye.
Good morning with the news and details. I am Gordon Joseph. The United Nations World Food Programme, the WFP, has kicked off distributions of emergency food assistance to people severely affected by Hurricane Beryl on the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada. The WFP has rapidly mobilized 5,000 food kits consisting of canned and dry goods and cooking oil, enough to feed 15,000 people for 10 days. Half of the supplies were purchased and packaged in neighboring Barbados and shipped to Kingston, the capital of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in a joint effort between the WFP, the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, that's SIDEMA, the Barbados Defense Force, and civil society. The WFP is also providing vital logistics support to the wider humanitarian response as part of its partnership with SIDEMA and arranged the shipment of relief items, including generators, water testing kits, temporary shelters, and hygiene kits, and that's on behalf of the International Organization of Migration, the IOM, the Pan American Health Organization, the World Health Organization, and UNICEF. WFP also mobilized badly needed trucks and forklifts to support the handling and dispatch of relief items. This logistics support has been possible through support from USAID's Bureau of Humanitarian Assistance. Beryl was the first hurricane of the 2024 season and the strongest July hurricane on record. Beryl first made landfall in Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, leaving a trail of devastation in its path before moving westwards across the Caribbean. Thousands of people remain in shelters after losing their homes to the hurricane. Meanwhile, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United States, the FAO, as part of the United Nations Emergency Technical Teams, the UNET, is deployed in the areas affected by Hurricane Beryl in the Caribbean to advance rapid needs assessment and preparation for proposals under the leadership of the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, SIDEMA, to restore production and livelihoods. Now, FAO is supporting through damage and needs assessment using drones and satellite remote sensing. This information includes ground-level data collection through surveys and key informant interviews. All of this will guide responses and recovery planning. Through the Ministries of Agriculture and SIDEMA, governments continue to assess the full extent of damage caused. Preliminary indications are that approximately 60,000 22,000 people require humanitarian assistance in Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Loss of fishing capacity, including damage to vessels, support infrastructure and fishing equipment, as well as damage to crops and livestock, have been reported. Now that concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us, the regional roundup and international developments, along with the sporting highlights, plus the weather. They are straight ahead. Seven minutes on to 7 o'clock. We now join the Caribbean News Desk for this morning's edition of the Caribbean News Roundup.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Dennis Chabrol.
And I'm Kendall Morgan with the latest from across the Caribbean.
The United Nations and the partners yesterday launched a response plan to mobilize international financial support and global solidarity for Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines as they rebuild from the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl. UN Resident Coordinator for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Simon Springett, made the announcement at a special international media launch.
We're here to announce the launch of the regional overview and the planned response, which aims to provide life-saving and time-critical humanitarian support to over 43,000 people, 24,000 people in Grenada and 19,000 people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The plan has three broad objectives: to provide immediate assistance to help to restore livelihoods and to give special focus to needy and vulnerable groups so they're not left behind in the recovery.
The UN-led media event received appeals for international assistance from the Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, and his Vincentian counterpart, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Prime Minister Mitchell said the countries need urgent and significant capital, noting that the early donations and the drawdowns from insurance facilities represented just a drop in the bucket.
We need grant resources as our economies, our societies simply cannot afford more debt. The conversation on sustainable development calls for the creation of new facilities that will give us, as small island developing states, on the forefront of the climate crisis, the flexibility to have fast access to grant funds. In the normal scheme of things, disbursement periods are best case scenario 4 to 8 weeks. This is simply too long. In Grenada's case, in Carrick and Petit Martinique's case, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines' case, we need the funds now.
And Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves wants the international community, especially the main contributors to the climate crisis, to make significant contributions to the high recovery costs from Beryl.
The truth is this, that the resources required are beyond what has been proffered thus far. We are grateful for whatever assistance we have received thus far, but this relief effort would require substantial resources because people are going to have to be kept with income support and production support for a significant period of time while we clean up and while we seek to rebuild.
And the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Philip J. has added his voice to calls for developed countries to put resources behind solutions to the climate crisis. He noted that even as the hurricane hit countries' counter costs, it is still early days in the hurricane season.
It's a call now that the Prime Minister of St. Lucia is making that these larger countries put some resources to support both the adaptation and the mitigation, in fact, some climate action to assist these countries with what is coming. That's just the beginning of the hurricane season. There's got to be a disaster clause in these arrangements so that these islands can get some support. The time for talk is over.
Antigua and Barbuda's ambassador to the U.S. and the Organization of American States, Sir Ronald Sanders, is recommending that Haitian authorities dialogue with the Haitian gangs to help end the violence that has been crippling the country. Speaking on the radio yesterday, Sir Ronald, who led a 2016 OAS mission to Haiti to deal with violent disturbances, said dialogue is the best option for Haiti's unique circumstances. He said the initial group of Kenyan troops, which recently arrived in Haiti ahead of a wider multinational force, has not curbed the gang activity, and some gangs continue to attack public institutions.
My view is that there always ought to have been some form of negotiation, even while you're sending in outside forces, because at the end of the day, we still have to recognize who these gangs are, why they were formed, how they came about, what their origins were, what is it they're still clinging to, and why they're still there. Understanding that the underlying conditions that created these gangs have not disappeared. And until all of that is addressed, there's no simple solution to the Haitian matter.
Haiti's interim Prime Minister Gary Conille has vowed to end the gang's lawlessness with the help of the Kenyan-led international force.
Just days after Deputy Police Commissioner Calvin Brutus was reassigned from administration to head of special branch, the Guyana Police Force said Thursday afternoon that he has gone on leave to allow a probe into alleged financial misdeeds. Mr. Brutus allegedly deposited $16.5 million Guyana dollars, or $80,000 into his police credit union account on December 15, 2023. The money was returned to him the following day. The source of funds was given as contributions from before, during, and after a wedding. Senior financial sector sources say that there must be solid proof of source of funds.
This has been the Morning Edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp on +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
And in another regional development, we hear that a Jamaican has resigned from WRD Radio in Philadelphia after she admitted to using questions supplied by United States President Joe Biden's aides to interview the president last week. Andrea Lawful Sanders announced on Sunday via her Instagram that WURD had accepted her resignation after she tendered it. According to a Guardian article, Lawful Sanders' resignation came after she went on a CNN program a day earlier and revealed that she asked Biden 4 questions provided to her in advance by his team. The interview with Biden was aired on July 4th. The Guardian report noted that in its own statement later on Sunday, that WURD Radio claimed Lawful Sanders had arranged the interview without knowledge, consultation, or collaboration with management and violated the station's editorial independence by accepting questions supplied by Biden's team. It said the statement further outlined that Biden's aides' decision to supply questions prolonged a historical practice of marginalizing and delegitimizing black voices in the U.S. media. Looking further afield, U.S. inflation cooled more than expected in June. Government data showed on Thursday a positive development for President Joe Biden as he fights to win confidence on his economic record in his re-election bid. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, rose 3.0% last month from a year ago, said the Labor Department, as a fall in gas prices more than offset housing costs. A consensus forecast of analysts had pegged the inflation figure at 3.1%, down from 3.3% in May. Meanwhile, a measure that strips out volatile food and energy prices saw the smallest annual rise since 2021. The world's biggest economy has been on a bumpy path to reining in inflation, which soared to a blistering 9.1% in mid-2022. This prompted the central bank to rapidly hike interest rates in hopes of easing demand and bringing down price increases. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell told lawmakers this week that there has since been modest progress. In June, overall CPI declined 0.1% on month for the first time since 2020, the latest Labor Department report showed. That has been your regional roundup and your international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. One sporting item for us this morning. Grenada's national senior women football team, they arrived in Trinidad and Tobago to participate in the inaugural Women Warrior Wellness Cup, which will be from July 13th to 19th. The tournament celebrates women's health, strength, resilience, and wellness through football. The Grenada side will face stiff competition from the host nation, Trinidad and Tobago national women team, along with club teams: Defence Force Women's Football Club, University of Trinidad and Tobago, Queen's Park Cricket Club, Club Sando Women's Football Team, and Athletic Club of Port of Spain. Matches will take place at the Hazley Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain. The Wellness Cup aims to showcase elite women's football while promoting messages of strength, unity, and well-being. Players and coaches hope the tournament will inspire women of all ages to pursue their athletic dreams. The team is eager to test itself against stiff competition in Trinidad this week. That concludes the sporting highlights. Stay with us. The weather forecast is up next. For the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster at the Met Office, the MBIA, my good friend Andre Charles. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning to you, and to listeners of GBM. And here's the weather for today, Friday the 12th July 2024. Currently it's cloudy, winds are from the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 10-15 millibars, that's above normal and rising. Present temperature 27.7 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 87%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum 27.1 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 4.6 millimeter of rainfall was recorded. Hence, the total for the month is 58.5 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast for today and tonight. Today we expect some partly cloudy to cloudy times with light to moderate showers, which can become heavy at times, mainly during the morning. There is a low chance of isolated thunderstorm. Maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. There is a possibility of landslides in areas so prone. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher in showers. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. Tides are currently high, low at 2 p.m. and high at 8 p.m. Sunset today at 6:36, rises tomorrow at 5:49. Just a repeat of the forecast, but for today and tonight. Partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers, which can become heavy at times, mainly during the morning, and there is a low chance of isolated thunderstorm. There's a possibility of landslides in areas so prone. And the maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius. I'm Andre Charles, reporting from the Met Office. Thank you.
Andre, just before you run off, you know my listeners are always on edge after the 1st of July, so we sort of like looking ahead in your model for the 3 days ahead. What are you seeing coming to us?
Well, we're just going to be impacted by another tropical wave that's going to approach the island chain. Apart from that, we might have the lifting of the ITCZ now and again, but at the moment, there is no area of serious concern that we have to be worried about at the moment.
Anything popping up from the Cape Verde Islands?
No, haven't seen anything new as yet.
I know you're a praying man, so you've been praying, right?
Definitely.
Have a good day and a great weekend, bro.
All right, take care, man.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Coming up, African emancipation celebrations build towards the big day. Crop over rolls towards its own colorful conclusion. One of this region's top banks continues to demonstrate the power to make a difference. Welcome to another award-winning Home Away from Home. Caribbean athletes ready for the world. Souvenirs stitched from scratch. It's all next on this station.
It's 8 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. The United Nations World Food Programme launches emergency food aid in Grenada following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. In the region, Jamaican resigns from U.S. radio station after revealing that U.S. President Joe Biden aides provided interview questions. Internationally, U.S. consumer inflation is more than expected in June. And in sports, the national senior women's football team, along with the under-18 girls, they have arrived in Trinidad and Tobago ahead of the Women's Warriors Wellness Cup. And that's the morning edition for today, Friday, July 12th, 2024. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a pleasant day, a safe weekend, and extending the invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Running a business is hard. Running a creative business, that's 10 times harder. The Grenada Office of Creative Affairs understands the unique challenges creative entrepreneurs face, especially when it comes to securing financing. That's why they have partnered with the Grenada Development Bank to launch the Creative and Cultural Industries Business Development Fund. Hello. Designed specifically for creative entrepreneurs like you and me. Unlock your full potential with our tailored financing options. Access loans of up to $50,000 at just 2% interest, empowering you to upgrade and expand your business. Receive business support vouchers of up to $5,000 to enhance your business plans, financial strategies, or marketing efforts. But that's not all. Nonprofits and community-based projects can secure grants of up to $25,000. So, what are you waiting for? Make the call today and learn how you can finance your dreams. Contact the Grenada Development Bank and unleash your creativity.
Many of us take our health and well-being seriously. We exercise, we eat right, we try hard. Sometimes we give up. But we can't give up on the health of land and the seas that sustain us. We must reduce the amount of plastic weight we generate individually. A person can generate up to 70 times their weight in waste. That's over 10,000 pounds of plastic over a lifetime. Now multiply that by the country's population. Without reuse, repurposing, or recycling, each OACS island will generate more than 1 billion pounds of plastic waste over a lifetime. This can't be our legacy. Separate plastic waste for transport to a facility that reuses, repurposes, or recycles.
Recycle OECS. Green actions, blue oceans.
All right, folks, it's 14 minutes after the hour for 7 o'clock. It's time for the conversation this morning. I just want to say a very special good morning to you, Miss Mason, and family out there in, how do you call up there again, boy? Up there is, okay. Richmond and so forth, surrounding areas. Good morning, Walker to be precise. Walker in St. Andrew. I'm so happy that you all are touching base, that we know that, we are back. The folks out there in Grenville, good morning to you, Rolanda. Good morning, how are you, Princess and Diamond and Emerald and the little girls and everybody, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you back. So, again, I want to say thanks to Mike Alexis and his technical team for restoring us. I missed you, man. All right, I do not have any active guests with me in studio this morning, and we did not have any lengthy conversation so far for the week. what I want to focus on and zero in on this morning, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts in terms of the relief efforts that have been taking place since the passage of Hurricane Beryl? We're looking at it holistically. We're looking at the service providers, Grenlec and Digicel and Flow and Nawasa. Yesterday I had Myrna Julian with me talking about the Solid Waste Management Authority's participation. They're seeking volunteers to go up this weekend to assist. What are your thoughts? How do you think NADMA and the various government agencies, spearheaded by the Prime Minister, of course, how have they been doing thus far in their relief efforts? Your thoughts on the relief that has been coming in? Let's talk that. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. Welcome to the program.
All right, thank you very much. Two things I had was I wanted to talk about before you raised that question there. But I think the relief efforts has been extremely good, and we're getting a lot of attention, and that shows us that God is really good to us. And in spite of the situation, His hand is over us, and the international community is under the hand of God, and God is moving, supplying us with our needs.
Definitely.
Yeah. One thing, though, I am very concerned about the fact that the Met Office, they are not giving us real comprehensive weather report in the sense that they will only give us the weather for today and tonight. And you will always have to keep asking for advanced weather report and so forth. And which shouldn't be, and especially in times like these, we would like to know long ahead of time how to prepare and what's coming. And, we need that kind of information forthcoming instead of having to ask for it. And I know that there are certain, even across the island, there are equipment and so forth that is set up to monitor the rain, and they could give us an idea as to how much rainfall in which area and so forth. The equipment, I don't know if they are functioning, but they are there. And I think we should be more informed about this. All right.
I think whereas there is merit to what you're saying, but I also think that one of the reasons could be the fact that knowing the sort of phobia that Grenadians have as it relates to that since Ivan and so forth, I think whenever a system is getting within their sphere of scrutiny, then they would start saying it. But for example, I would ask them what's popping from Cape Verde Islands. That's usually where the hurricanes come from. So I am always looking at international weather and international news, so I'm abreast with that. But I would ask them that, but that is not necessarily within their purview at the moment. They would start telling us when it is directly coming to affect us, because sometimes it's way off in the Sahara, just coming from the Sahara, and they start talking about it, and then people here start getting panicked. Do you understand? So that could be one of the reasons. But I think that they will be disseminating the information once it becomes in their area of interest, in our area of interest, right?
Thank you.
Okay, good, man. Have a good one. Yes, thanks. All right, folks. It's what's the time now? It is 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. That is the time. How we doing? 435-2041. What are your thoughts? How are we doing in terms of getting relief to the folks who need it most? Let's hear from you. Good morning, caller.
Yes, I am saying good morning, man. Welcome back.
Welcome. Hey, you get us back, culture, man.
Yeah.
And you happy?
Happy, you are happy.
Yeah.
Diamond are happy. Thank you. Thank you. I do give thanks to what Beryl live back here.
What Beryl did to you?
Bet you wrong everybody not make one.
I didn't ask you about everybody. I asked you about you. What Beryl did to you?
Well, Beryl you wrong my breadfruit. She told me cocoa, nutmegs, all my bread that I used to get it and go sell on a weekend. Yeah, that things,
But you survived.
Well, I survived my life.
Yeah. Was there any damage to your house and so forth?
Oh no.
Thank God. You could plan back the breadfruit, you could plan back the cocoa, you could plan back the coconut, you could plan back everything else that fall. Right? But you're alive. And
yeah, well, I want to say my sympathy out to the Prime Minister and his team, and the whole of Grenada and all the farmers. Also, you to the doctors in those states. Everybody. My sympathy, because it's not one set of people feel it. It's everybody feel it out there. Everybody feel it. The cat, the dogs, the sandfly, the falls. Everybody feel it. So
the NNP and the NDCs too.
Yeah, right. You're correct. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So hence the reason why I always say I don't see the bickering, I don't see the cause for the bickering and the fighting and so forth. I kept saying it during election season, fine. You pick your side, I pick mine, and we defend that. But after election is over, we are all one. When the hurricane come, he didn't say, well, you didn't support NDC, so I go deal with you, and you supported NNP, so I go deal. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, let me say, sympathy to the former Prime Minister, Dr. Kit Mitchell, and everybody,
Right.
Mr. Innocent, it doesn't matter how it came whatever, but we can still talk something about what taking place in our community.
Do that briefly.
Yeah, it have a bridge by me here in Bungry Line. I don't like all the neighbors and them treating.
Culture man, hold on. You and I know where you're talking from because I know Grenada, but for the people who don't know, where is by you?
Okay, in Carrier, in Bungry with me and Mr. Hiller. This is here, and it have a bridge coming down from on top to carry past here, and this is not a place to dump. And if you pass it now, they cutting all the stuff, all the fencing and everything, and they just dump it behind it. And when the rainfall come down now, this is handbugging me a lot in my land.
Okay.
This is no good.
All right. So have you tried talking to the people who are dumping about it?
Yeah, I talk to them, I talk to them more and more. Well, I go to the ministry, the chemical will get me up to next week, please. I think that they will be coming up in the community in Carry and have a look of it, and maybe that they might put up this sign like no dumping.
Okay.
Because one person start it, and the whole of them starting it.
Okay. All right, well, I hope you get that resolved quickly, all right?
Yeah, well, you take it easy and we take it to the whole of Grenada, Caricom, Bikimat.
Right. Have a good one, Culture Man. Blessings always. Yeah. 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's a Friday. Carnival is in the air. The preliminaries for the Groovy Soca Monarch, the Groovy Monarch, it's on. Let's head back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Good morning, Innocent, and how are you?
I am alive and thankful. How are you?
Very well. I am well, thanks too. But we in Grenada, we are doing so well that we have caught up on a scam. Did you see a notice that the Cayman Islands is offering jobs to Grenadians and the Premier coming with to take back people to the Cayman Islands?
I haven't seen that. Well, thanks.
As it turns out, that's a scam, people. And if you had already do what they were asking, it came out, I think, yesterday from the GIS. Yes, but it has been retracted from this morning. That's why I'm making this call, because I want people to be aware. Don't follow it. It is not good. It's fake news. It's a scam.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
So I'm showing you how we go. Even in our weakest moments, we're catching up on those smart people that want to cheat us. Yeah?
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
Have a good one.
All right.
Have a great weekend, yeah. Good.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Good. Nice. 24 minutes gone past the hour of 7 o'clock. Back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Pleasant morning to you, my brother.
Welcome. How you doing?
Well, I did quiet for now, my brother.
Nice.
One thing I want to be brief as usual. I want to highlight that the amount of food that is coming in, I just hope and pray that we do have adequate storage. Because I can remember during Ivan, a lot of food had to be disposed of because of poor storage. So that is what's lingering on my mind.
Okay.
Because we could have a lot of food in excess and we don't have sufficient storage. And one more thing before I go. In a time of this calamity, what we're going through right now, I can foresee Carnival taking place. Trust me. Because it is jump up, band, melee, this, and at the end of the day, just for 3 days. And we have a crisis that lasting for years for we solve. So either put Carnival, whatever event they want to have on a temporary hold, and use all the financial resources towards the development of our nation. Thank you very much.
Before you run off, I like your contribution, but what's about the fact that the Spice Mass Corporation have said that all proceeds that are collected during the carnival, a portion of it will be given to the relief fund?
Just come to think about it. That's just a drop in the bucket. You're talking about how much? What do I give?
Well,
$50,000? $100,000?
A drop in the bucket help to fill the bucket sometimes?
Yes, but I ain't saying no. But you look at the extent of the amount of money people got to put out to get costume, to pay this one and that one, and then at the end of the day, people have to go back and pay bank. Court saying come and take $3,000, and at the end of the day, you have to pay $3,000 or $4,400 for your repayment.
Will you take advantage of that, of the court's offer?
I borrowed $3,000 and I end up paying $1,400 in interest. Well, I had to bunk my head some way.
Don't bunk your head, all right? Don't bunk your head.
Imagine $340 for 12 months.
Right.
Multiply that by 340 by 12 and tell me how much you're getting.
Well, I was always good in English, not maths.
You enjoy your day here. All the best.
Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, caller. It's 27 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. There's something that I want to bring to the fore here. Someone says, Mr. Joseph, I would like to congratulate Grenlec on a job well done in restoring electricity to the majority of the population in the shortest possible time. Hats off to them. And I like this. And while at this, let me just tell you this. Grenlec restoration update thus far for the parish of St. George, where we have a total customer of 28,101. The customers that are offline at the moment are just 96, which is 0.34%. Expected completion date would be today, Friday the 12th. That's when we expect total restoration. For St. David, 6,891 total customers. Customers offline at the moment 115, which amounts to 1.67%, and they expect total restoration today, the 12th. At St. Mark, we have 2,149 customers. At the moment, we have 45 customers offline, which is equivalent to 2.09%, and they expect total or complete restoration by today, Friday the 12th. For St. Andrew, they've got 12,446 customers in total. They've got 270 offline at the moment, and that amounts to 2.15%, and we expect total or complete restoration in 1.5 weeks. St. Patrick, we've got 5,082 customers. At the moment, 510 are offline, which amounts to 10.0%. Expect total restoration in 1.5 weeks. And in St. John, we have a total of 4,254 customers, and those that are offline at the moment is a total of 115, which amounts to 1.95%, and they expect total restoration by today, Friday, July 12. That's good. Kudos to Grenlec. Kudos to Nawasa. Kudos to the other service providers, telecom providers. Good morning to you all as well. Job well done. 30 minutes gone past 7 o'clock. Let's head back to the telephone line and see who's here. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
I'm good too. I'm good. Thank God for all of that, right? Listen, Gordon, I have a comment, right? It's for Flo. You know, prior to Flo, when we were live, right? No, Ivan came, and I'm talking from experience, right? When Ivan came, I was fortunate to have not had much damages around the area that I lived with, poles and things like that, right? And even the house, right? I remember that people from far far overseas, the news was spreading that my phone was still up, my house phone was still up. And many persons were calling my house to ask me to check on relatives for them. Some that it was convenient, I got them to come to my house to speak with their relatives, right? But since after this great, whatever you call it, and I don't know if it's a merger or whatever it was, right? And then they got us because I held on to my phone as long as I could hold on to it under that old system. But I was being pressured. Every day I'm getting a phone call. Every day I'm getting a phone call. And I'm being threatened. And your phone is going to be disconnected and your phone is going to be this. And there's no guarantee you're going to get it back and everything. And you need to have everything. I can't remember what the word is right now, if it's bundled or something, and everything came together and I pay one bill, right? No. When electricity goes, even if it goes for 10 minutes, you don't have a phone. Haven't we gone backwards?
Say that again?
Haven't we gone backwards? Even if electricity goes for only 10 minutes. We don't have a house phone.
Okay, I understand, and you're not the only person that have made that. You're not the only person that have made that observation.
So I just look at it that way because I know the experience that I had during Ivan, how well it had worked out, right?
Okay.
And I find it ridiculous. And when we were going through that process of discontinuing what we had into this new thing, we were not told that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You just wish that Flo could look into that because it's terrible. Because the people who don't have a mobile phone, you lost. You just lost because if electricity is out like it had been out for this last weather, I mean, fortunately it came back in my area within a few days, right? But think about people who it's been down for a long time. That's their only means of communication.
Right, okay.
You don't have a mobile phone. I mean, especially the elder people.
Okay.
It's a little bit difficult. I don't know what Flo could do about that, but I think that's something they could look at.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm certain that they are listening. They're always locked onto the program, so thanks for your contribution, right?
Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Have a good one. All right, folks, it's 27 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Sound the alarm! Get your posse ready as the Spice Mass Corporation presents the highly anticipated Groovy and Power Soca Prelims. Groovy and Power Soca Prelims. Dates for the Groovy Soca Prelims: Wednesday, July 10th to Friday, July 12th on the Tantin Netball Court. And the Power Soca Prelims kicks off this Saturday, July 13th to Monday, July 15th on the Lassages Hard Court in St. David's. Admission only $10. Showtime 8 p.m. sharp. It's Soca and Mo Soca. It's the Groovy and Power Soca Prelims. Don't miss the experience.
Struggling to secure a business loan because of limited credit history or loan security? The Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee has the security you need. The Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee, ECPCGC, is a bridge to accessible financing for micro, small, and medium enterprises in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Backed by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank with funding from the World Bank. We work with financial institutions to help MSMEs get credit to stay in business, grow their business, or invest in green technologies. Our process is simple. Apply for a loan at your local lender. If collateral is in question, our partial credit guarantee is the answer. Once you meet the criteria, we pledge up to 80% of the collateral you're short of. Reach out to an ECPCGC participating lender or visit www.ecpcgc.org for more information. The Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee for MSMEs. Your business, your growth, our guarantee.
It's never the wrong time to prepare for a hurricane, and we want to make sure you and your family stay safe. You must take an active role. It only takes one hurricane to change your life and your community. Hurricanes are one of nature's most powerful and destructive events. That's why a hurricane preparedness checklist is vital. You should have a family evacuation and communication plan. Everyone in your home should know what to do if severe weather strikes. Have a hand crank or battery-powered radio available to stay informed about weather updates. Flashlights and extra batteries are essential. Update your emergency supply kit. Include a sufficient supply of food and water. 1 gallon of water per person per day is a recommended amount. Have canned or boxed food available that won't spoil. At least a week's supply of medication is also suggested. Have special items set aside that you might need for infants or elderly residents in your home. If you're a pet owner, have food and extra water set aside for your pets. Hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. Do your part to protect your family and your property. Be smart, be prepared.
It's 24 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and welcome back to the conversation. You know the numbers, 435-2041. You can also use that number via our WhatsApp platform. Just taking a comment here from WhatsApp. Good morning, Innocent. The people doing assessments need to be thorough. Some stop the vehicle, look at a house without entering the premises or engaging the owner, drive off saying they are okay, when in fact the people received damages but cleaned up by themselves and trying to cope. I have seen it in the St. Patrick's West area. Okay, that's cause for concern, of course. Good morning, Innocent. I want to support the caller that spoke about the phone and electricity. I think Flo should reconsider this. As she said, during Ivan, we were able to still make contact with relatives. Now it is totally different. No communication at all. This is a very, very valid point. Very, very valid. Flo, it's something that you need to take note of, right? I have a comment here, and I just laugh, you know. A gentleman called and said earlier that he doesn't think Carnival should go on. And my good friend says, hey, mister, tread lightly. Mass must play. Not the Queen, man. Come on. So, do you know how much money Spice Mass will bring into Grenada to help the economy? Natalia Ross says that's why Carnival needs to go on, because as you said, it's only for 3 days. All right, Mr. Go read your Bible and relax. That is not your business. Grenadian didn't just start preparing for Carnival last month. They started last year. There are a lot of so-called Christians who are trying to use the hurricane as a reason for Grenada not to have Carnival. Laurel says, but it's time to release tension. This situation comes with psychological issues too. Oh boy, all you like a mass. Oh my goodness. Oh, we lost that caller. All right, 439-2041. It's 21 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Auntie Elsa and Trevs, good morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
I am alive and thankful. How are you doing, Papi?
Okay, well, first thing, I want to find out if there's any rain, even if there's any rain in Caracol.
I don't know. I don't have a clue. I could always find out.
Yeah, because since I heard the show last night, I didn't sleep.
Why?
Because I'm worried about them.
Well, bring them some, man.
Because they don't want rain at this time. They don't need rain at this time.
Okay, point well taken.
Mr. Innocent, I visited Carriacou on my own. I'm a one-man soldier. I went to Carriacou because I have a friend there I was concerned about, and I know the place. I've been going there since in the 70s, and it's very bad. So I started from Harveyville. My mission was from Harveyville up to Bush View and Leicester and how to call it, the beach, Paradise Beach, and it's very bad.
Okay.
And my mission is when I left Grenada, I left with a pack of cricks, a tin of sardine, and a tin of lunch and meat. And the next thing was, because you had so much mango in Grenada, I loaded one big bag of mango mangoes, and I put that and I say, I'm going. Well, when I reach, from the time I reach, as I get up, I ride with a guy, and I told him, asked him, you know, this gentleman, and he told me yes. I give him some mangoes. The man, he dropped me right on the spot. And when I get there, and I said, ask for certain name, and they tell me, down inside, down there. And I go down, we brace, and it's tears. And if you see where the man was, and he gave me his story of how they went upstairs and the wind take him with break off piece of the house, and they toss him in the road there, and then when he get up, when he tried to move a piece of roof, come and cover him, to see where the man had to crawl to go out. Then he gave me his story. He told me, look, I don't think I will live anymore. I can't make it at this stage, and my eyesight kind of going. I did so. I said no, because I even went up with a pineapple a friend gave me. I said, look, you're gonna live. You have strength. You're alive. When you get a little stronger, just take this pineapple plant and plant it, and you will live to see the pineapple grow. And then when I take charge, I clean up immediately right around the house. You have 3 tanks, and you know they have system there. The system wants 2 tanks on the ground. One, maybe he used to lose that as his main, so he had it lock off. The pipe break out, but because you have the main lock off, the water didn't go away. So that tank is filled. I block up the line with the pipe head break off. I leave it and
well, you know we can't take the whole story, right?
Yeah. But then I did an assessment of what needs to be done up there. Right now, they don't really need to, and also I was trying to relocate a priest. All they need to do, they need to get with all these contractors up there and because there's people in Carriacou that need you can see they're ready to do work, and pump some money into these people and give them, if they used to pay $100 a day, give them at least $50 a day. That's going to help them bring back things. And clean up Paradise Beach, make that whole area, that could be a command and control center where you could get people to give food. They need a lot of small, not a lot of heavy equipment, but small mini excavators and bobcat. And they need to start, as the Prime Minister, before the boys go, start from the back, from the ridge of the hill, come into the town. Because what is doing, if they go and do anything, the people that need to salvage certain things there, so you'll give them time to salvage what they have, and then you go in with a big ball to clean up. And then Grenada started well, but what they need is to get a lot of people. They don't want to be linesmen, but in the front line, and straighten a lot of these poles and get wires out of the way for the cleanup when the cleaning up come, because the people don't want to cut the wire, and they're going to disturb them from moving around. So they need a lot of that. But Carriacou is very, very bad. There's a hill, the hill over like Leicester, that is like when you cut cane. And the cane field, everything is on the ground.
All right.
But I played my part.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you, caller. All right. Mary says Grenada and Nawasa has been working very hard in difficult situations to restore electricity and water to the affected areas, and we should be appreciative of their hard work. I can't agree with you more. Good morning, caller.
Yes, Innocent. Sorry for calling back, but I am just begging for those little portable hurricane radios for people in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Because you have such nice programs on GBN, but they can't hear. They have no way of hearing the programs,
Yeah, so that's sad.
Yes, so I want people to get that awareness, especially the people abroad in America. And so send down those little hurricane radios that can be charged with the sun, solar, and with a little crank and so. Send down some radios for them in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, because they are trying to get their radio stations back on. But how will they hear? How will the people hear the stations, Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Mr. Joseph, I think also that Flow needs to clear the lines before June or August, so that damages to the lines will be minimal. Okay, I understand what you mean. Before the hurricane season comes. You're reporting trees that need to be cleared over the lines, and Flow does nothing about it. I personally made many reports about a mango tree, and up till now, nothing has been done to the tree, which is over the road and lines. Good morning, caller.
Innocent, good morning.
Welcome.
How are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
Not too bad. I just want to say good morning to Miss Ruby Andrews of Mount Pleasant, Carriacou. After the hurricane, I never hear from her. I want to know, I know she's alive, but I would like to know what's going on with her. Very concerned. So if anybody here, tell her Dorinda from Grenada, say good morning, and she would like to hear it from her.
Okay. All right.
Take care. Have a blessed day.
You too. Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. It's 14 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour. Flow has to go according to modern technology. The old phone system is remote. So says someone. Good morning, caller.
Pleasant morning to you.
Nenny, how you do?
Oh, God, Nenny, they so thanks.
Well, I'm glad you're down here, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, how your family up there?
Oh, about 3 of them top gun.
Okay, well, thank God, but they're alive, right?
Yeah, they're alive.
Well,
I hear from them every day. Every day they give me a call. They tell me don't worry myself. They're in safe hands.
Give God thanks and praise for that.
Yes, but one are afraid for. Oh Lord, that one home is over. She's staying there and see Pity Matnik. Yes, so I was worried about her.
Okay.
And since after the hurricane, only the Sunday I heard from her, you know.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, only the Sunday, and she tell me she was worried about me too. But anyway, she's safe.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well.
Yes. And I want to say good morning to all them in Carriacou. Oh my.
Let me reassure you, Nenny.
Yeah.
Carriacou and Pity Matnik will be great again. Carriacou and Pity Matnik will be better than before. Rest assured of that, all right?
Yeah, because them oversee, they call the people and tell them, although some of them have top gone out, but they tell them go in the dunces.
Yeah.
Go in the dunces. Carriacou people are loving people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Carriacou and Pity Matnik, don't worry about them too much. All we need to do is carry them through this phase, getting them back in, that they can eat and stuff. But the reconstruction phase, when that is completed, Carriacou and Pity Matnik will be the envy of the region. Trust me. All right.
We'll build back better.
All right. Nenny, have a good day, right?
Yes.
Love you. Bye bye.
Yes.
12 minutes away from 8 o'clock. It's Friday. Yes, it's a Friday. There are some folks who get the days mixed up, I mean, on a serious note, the hurricane really, it really derailed some people. I mean, folks still have a sort of phobia from Ivan and Emily. You know what I'm saying? So if there's any way you can give a helping hand to someone, whether it's maybe not anything tangible, just, be there for someone, can go a long way. Folks, it's 11 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's take a final commercial break in the segment and we'll be back for the wrap.
filter, huh? Come filter.
Nancy mentioned the wing kai, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power that.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page, and YouTube channel for We Culture.
Welcome back to the conversation. 8 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Of course, we yet to make that reconnection with the BBC, so we do have a little time. We'll go up to 10 minutes after 8 o'clock, so you still have some time in which you can call in and share what you want to share with us. You know, we're still looking at the relief efforts thus far to our sister Isles of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Mr. Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
I want you to know that the modern days are more ancient than the ancient days. You should know that, or you must know that. What I'm saying, it is, look at what is happening. More houses fell in this modern day than fell a few years back, when the velocity of the wind was a little bit lower. No, it is because maybe you might be able to help me. Maybe the people who are building now, they're building less stronger than before, and yet we say we are living in the modern days. So this is my comment. Not only the people who are building, you know, everybody doing things quite inferior to the ancient days. Thank you. Enjoy your seat.
You too, caller. Have a good one yourself. 7 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Sometimes we think we have everything, but when reality checks in, we really do not have anything if we do not have each other. That's so correct. 435-204. I'll read that again. Coming from Alison Cox Osplund. Sometimes we think we have everything, but when reality checks in, we really do not have anything if we do not have each other. Nice. Blowing shell and dragon chain. We sing Carnival is fun time is happy time. Get on the road and walk. Everybody behind a truck. It's classic in the morning time. Friday. Get on the road and walk. See me chipping behind a truck. Carnival is fun time. Good morning, Innocent. This needs to be a wake-up call. I have now been in hurricanes on 3 separate islands in my 60 years of life. The thing is, we need to build a mindset that keeps safety at the forefront of our lives. Live with the knowledge that this will happen again, and it may happen sooner than we could expect. Improperly discarded trash becomes airborne danger, so clean your property and never illegally dump. If you bin it, then the Grenada Waste Management will put it where it belongs. A clean Grenada is a healthy lifestyle. That's so very correct, and thanks for your contribution as always. 435-2041, and that's the number. You can use that via the WhatsApp platform as well. Good morning to the folks on the western side of the island. Those of you who are able to hear us, I hope you're all hearing us. Lovey, good morning to you. How are you doing? JJ, good morning. Sylvie, Daphne. Denzel, the big man himself. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Caller, good morning. Hello? All right. As my good friend Jericho would have said, you're the weakest link. Classic in a Friday morning. Let's entertain a caller via our WhatsApp platform and say good morning, caller. Caller, good morning. Okay, wonder what's happening here.
Everybody jumping, having a real good time. Get on the road and walk. See me tripping behind a truck. Carnival is fun time is happy time. Get on the road and walk. Everybody behind a truck.
Back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
I'm good. On the job. What I call to say, I call to wish my auntie advance 100 years old. She will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow.
100?
Yes, Eldika Harris. She lives in Montanassas in the Coconuts.
Wow. That's a milestone, man. What you plan for her birthday?
Well, I have no idea what the family are doing, but I think we will have something for her.
Okay, well, I join with you in extending best birthday greetings to her, okay?
Thank you very much, and you have a blessed day.
You too have a great weekend. Someone else is celebrating tomorrow. Shama Pierre, she's celebrating tomorrow. Nurse Shama Pierre, good morning. Yeah, you're going to have a blast, I know. Yeah, I know Zia, Tariq, and Zanaya, and the entire home circle will make it happy for you, right? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent, and to your listeners.
Welcome to the program.
I don't know if you have viewers yet.
Yeah, we do.
My contribution this morning is similar to the lady that talked about the telephone. Innocent, I think the time has come when all the radio stations come together and come up with a plan that will have continuous communication, even not during the storm, but immediately after the storm. Before Beryl sneeze, all, not one, not two, all of the transmitting stations for the parish of St. Patrick and St. Andrews gone. And we have no, the telephone was down as well. You have no radio, we were left out in the cold. And you all have to devise a better system in saving the transmitters so that you can communicate with people as to what is happening immediately after the storm, not during the storm, but immediately after the storm.
That's a brilliant suggestion, but do you have any ideas how we can do that?
I don't know. I'm not a technical person.
Okay.
And that is why I'm saying, GBN have a lot of resources. These are Caribbean company. Why not come together? Because all of the countries that GBN is there is affected by the hurricane.
Because you see, the transmitters have to be placed on a high elevation, all right, so that we can.
Is there something that can be done?
Well, I'm certain there will be. There must be something that can be done. I don't know how to explain this. I really don't. This is out of my 40.
And that is why I'm saying the technical people must come in, because it's the first time I'm listening to the radio this morning.
So you actually getting us back now?
Trying continuously and not getting it.
Well, the truth about it, the transmitters, they use electricity. We have backups, but with the hurricane, of course, there was damage. There were damages, and accessibility to where the transmitter was. That was the main problem.
And that is why alternatives should be looked at. Because technology is come on. At that time, I didn't even know I could have talked to you via cell phone. Not very long ago. And we have to devise something to make it accept so that people can hear what is happening. GBN could be able to talk to people. Don't do this. That is what is happening. Information from NADMA.
Okay.
So that is what I'm thinking about.
Nice.
It's the same thing like the telephone. When Coran and go, people who have use of the telephone. That to me doesn't make sense.
I understand.
Anyway, I want to thank GBN for coming back on, because I think this is the station I listen to.
You happy to hear my voice?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nice. When last you see Robert? When last you see Robert?
Well, I was dying because I had to help him with, all of the roofs gone and all of that thing. So
all that happened to Robert?
Yeah, man.
And Robert didn't tell me that. Robert, you're not nice. Robert, you have to come and pick me up. Let me come and help you put back up the galvanize.
No, and I'm closer, so that is why I'm helping him. I'm pitching in for you as well. Don't worry.
Thanks. Blessings, all right?
Take care,
Give the family my regards. Good.
Yes, I will.
Mr.
1 minute gone past 8 o'clock. We do this until 10 past 8, all right? And to all those of you who are always reliant on the BBC's news, we are working to get back the service restored, all right? Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Well, it's always a pleasure to hear your voice.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to say hello to all the people of Cluj, St. John's and Cluj. Right? I'm telling them hello, and I wish them all the best and success.
Are you from Cluj?
That's right.
And
I'm born in Bob and grew up in Cluj.
How did the hurricane treat you all up there?
Well, I'm not in Cluj, I'm in Tongue.
Oh, which Tongue you're in? St. George's Tongue, Guap Tongue?
I live in St. George's Tongue by the Crazy House.
Uh-huh.
I live up by the gravel lip.
Okay.
You know where the gravel lip is?
Of course.
Right, as soon as you go down the far, come up the hill.
Right.
Post Ben on the right hand side.
Just after Steele's there.
Yeah.
Just behind Steele's going up there.
We're talking about coming up Wesley College Road.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. All right, coming up from there. Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay.
So the first right hand turn.
Uh-huh.
When you come up the hill.
Okay.
The first right hand turn right there.
All right. Okay, well.
Right. So you know who's speaking?
Yes, I catch your voice now. Have a good one.
Right, so I send everybody in Dick St. John's and Cluj. Hello.
Okay, all right.
God for life.
Yeah, blessings always.
You too.
All right, good blessings.
Hey, Mr. Roots.
3 minutes gone past 8 o'clock. Michael Pierce Soup, good morning, bro. How you doing? Let's head back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Doc. How are you?
I am alive and thankful. You were on my mind yesterday. What did the hurricane do to you?
Nothing at all.
Oh, my God. God is your father?
Always thank him, Missy.
That's good.
I'll tell you something. With respect to the telephone, I had been battling for many years, and nobody picked up the matter. I spoke to the NTRC, the ECTEL, Prime Minister's Ministry over the years, the NADMAN, everybody, with respect to the new happenings where if there is no current, there is no telephone. That's not how it used to be. And I will tell you something. Our company then, when I was opening this company, sold all the entities, generators. So I know Flow, Grentel, Grenlec, the definitely, well, not Grenlec, telephone company had the generator, leased the generator, this automatic system that whenever current goes, it switch on. When the current come back, it switch off. So they have it there. What Flow is doing is allowing us to pay the bills. Currently, I'm discussing with the Prime Minister's Ministry and the Ministry of Works with a view to getting somebody to legislate that whenever there is current, whenever there's no current, they will have our phone as it used to be in the past, because I know it can happen. And why should we, in a disaster time, no electricity, no flow? I tried to call the hospital, I tried to call the police, there was no emergency. So what a situation we have. The question I'm asking, who is running this country? Yeah? Do we have leadership? Do we have management? How do we allow these things to happen? Yeah? So if there is legislation that is creating the problem, legislate. So these things will not happen.
Okay.
And these things will happen. We should have this thing rectified immediately. Flow and Grenlec is two different companies. Flow signed a contract with us to supply us with the service. Whether there is current or not, they have to give us the service. So it has nothing to do with Grenlec doesn't have power and then so we cannot get telephone. They have to find the independent power, and they have the generator there, so I know it can happen. Okay. We have to go back to the system that we used to be on, and that have to happen immediately.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
That's the problem.
Thank you, caller.
Take care.
Have a good one. All right, it's 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. I want to say belated happy birthday to Miss Winifred Auntie Hancock. You celebrated on Monday. I forgot that. Oh my goodness. You would have to forgive me for forgetting. All right, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Mr. Innocent, but yet knowledgeable.
Go right ahead.
I'm asking myself, I don't want to comment against anybody what he or she has said, but should there be electricity or whatever generator running? Didn't you think it would cause more chaos? Because everybody might be hearing what happened. They may hear your father, your mother died. And it will cause a lot of more chaos. So many houses fell or falling, and then we'd have more problem. So it might be a good thing that we do not have the electricity to cause the more communication. Because for me, we'd have no chaos. We'll have more chaos. If I don't know if let's say my mother living in Grenville and I'm living in St. George's, and I do not know she died, I might die if I know that. But when I didn't know that, after some time I might console myself. Okay. So it's best sometimes you do have electricity. Less communication seems to be better when we have things that would cause havoc. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. For the first time, I'm in agreement with you, but from a different perspective, especially with the electricity. If during the hurricane the electricity is left on, then it can lead to electrocution and so forth with fallen lines and water being a conductor. So that could be very problematic. So I agree with you on this one. Okay. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. With regards to the communication, I would not agree with the caller because persons may be in distress and need of emergency assistance from the ambulance, the police, whatever. But what has happened, I remember during Ivan, I was able to make a call to my family to let them know we were okay using my landline. Back then, we were on a system where we would use the flow, cable and wireless, whichever they were then, was still using the fiber optic system. They have moved away from that system because they said it's an old and archaic system, and they were now on a system which is where we end up with this bundling where it is dependent on electricity. So we've moved away from that option, so there isn't the possibility of us having that luxury, and that was always my concern because I kept my household because my mom was sick in bed, and it was her means of communicating. And when the power is gone, she couldn't call anyone, so I had to also get her a cell phone. So that is the issue that we face, and I always recalled the disadvantage of that new system in the event we have a disaster, and so said, so done. No power, no telephone. I mean, I think the powers that be, there should have been some sort of regulation or some sort of communication or approval from government for switching to such a system. I understand that technology has improved, things change, but this sort of digitalized electricity dependent system does not do well for us. I mean, not everybody would have had telephone service, or once your lines were not damaged, you could have made a call out for help or to let someone know you're okay, or let the neighbor's kids who might be trying to find out what's going on that they're okay. So we need to review that system because it's really not working in our favor in the event we have such disaster like we've experienced again recently.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right, before we go, I've got to read this. The reason for more destruction is not only bigger storms. It is due to the fact that we have more people in poorly constructed dwellings. I was born 60 years ago, and there was only 3 billion people, and now we are near 9 billion. When we build a building, build it strong. It's the story of the big bad wolf and the three piggies. The wolf is a hurricane, and the three piggies made a house of straw and one of wood and the last of brick. You know, the one that survived. Think of the future when planning. Let's go back to the telephone line for a final call. Good morning.
Hi, Innocent. Well, morning again. I'm so glad that you don't know who you're talking to, but I'm so glad that I raised this point about the telephone this morning. Because I realized there's lots of people who were thinking along that line, but they were not voicing it, right? But one other thing too, you don't have electricity when you get your when you get your electricity bill, there is a reduction because you pay as you use, right? You get your water, we've been out of service. I mean, I'm sorry for them, but I know their revenue is going to drop significantly, but we pay for what we consume, right? But when we get our flow bill, don't care how many times we don't have telephone, internet, whatever, you still have to pay your hundreds.
Yeah.
You still have to pay your hundreds. I mean, why is Flow doing that to us? Why?
I can't answer that.
It's very, very ridiculous, you know.
If you're unhappy with Flow, not just Flow, but any of the providers in the telecoms industry, go to the National Telecommunications Regulatory Office and speak with Timmy.
And you often advise people on that. But don't you think they know that as well? Can they not put a policy in place in this modern times with technology? Shouldn't Flow have a system that when a household or households are without their services, it automatically clocks when you're out, and when your bill comes out, it makes provision for that? Why have I got to sit down and calculate 15th, 16th, 17th of the month, 5th, 6th, 7th of the month? I didn't have that. So when I go, I must tell them I didn't have that power. I didn't have that. I mean, that's too much for our brains.
I feel you.
In this modern times, shouldn't they have technology to be able to go up and say, yes, Miss So-and-so, I could see that you did not have. And your bill is adjusted without you having to bring it to their attention.
I agree with you. I
mean, this is ridiculous. I could tell you, this is one supplier. I hate to say it because I don't like to run on people, but this is one set of people that have gone backwards. They brought us backwards.
Okay.
Backwards. Look, during the time of lockdown, the virus, when
COVID.
Children had to be studying at home, I want to talk quickly, had to be studying at home. The internet was so vital. The fluctuation was so bad. I had to pay someone who had a retiree from the same flow to come to my house to assess what was going on, because I have a two-floor house, upstairs and downstairs. And he came in, he bought his own equipment, he bought whatever. I don't know those things. And he charged me some money. I'm not saying it's dishonest because my service had been improved. My children could have been at different points in the house and be able to pick up the teachers and things like that, right? But you see what it cost me, and it cost me close to $1,000. And I still had to pay flow bill every month.
Right.
Do you understand, right?
Yeah.
So somebody ought to look into these things first, because you're going to Flow office in Grenville, and sometimes I am there and I listen to people who probably don't have the level of intelligence, like could quarrel with them, you know, they not quarrel but get their points across, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I listen, I'm in the line, and sometimes I feel so sorry for these people because they tell you they've been out of service. So I hear them telling the customer rep, I've been out of service and I've been getting my neighbor to call, and I've been coming here repeatedly, and these people are just there lost.
Yeah, okay.
Do you understand? And you hear that cry all the time.
Right.
All this time. And Flow is not making an effort.
So something,
I could tell you they're not making an effort.
Something needs to be done.
Something needs to be done and done urgently. And we see it now from Beryl.
Okay.
We've seen it now from Beryl.
Right. Thank you, caller.
We've seen it. Thank you, Innocent. Have a great day.
Have a great day. I don't like the fact that you know me so well and I don't know who I'm speaking to. That's unfair.
You just send me morning on mornings, you know. I just send a WhatsApp to you sometimes.
Okay.
I don't know. Other people are hearing my voice and I know they know it's me. When you say hi to Miss Ferret, you just say hi to Miss Who.
Okay. All right. Okay.
When you say hi to Mrs. Parrott, you say hi to?
Okay, Miss Bola, good morning.
Don't call me name, boy. Bye-bye.
All right, have a good one. Okay, this is where we've got to wrap it up. I've extended it 5 minutes, but there are some comments that I would like to take before we wrap up. The telecoms issue seems to be a burning one. Exactly, caller. I agree with you. They make sure they take the payment every month for my account because I have automatic payment set up. What, Sharon? Well, you're easy. All right, Diane says, our government needs to help us. Bring regulations. We need our landlines. No electricity, no service. Nonsense. Yes, review it, please. On the contrary, someone else on WhatsApp says, on normal time, we on flow to develop. Now we have development, we complaining. People, it's the cost of progress. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, that's another thing. I have the higher megabytes there. There is, and I could only get the service in the room where it is set up and the room underneath it. The rest of the house, nothing. I had to buy extenders to set up so I can get service in the whole house. Folks, in as much as the conversation is nice, let me take this final one. Final. All callers about flow are on point. When government approving a monopoly, we are all risk not assessed with suitable solutions. Let me take that over. All callers are about flow are on point. When government approving monopolies, are all risks not assessed with suitable solutions? All right, well, folks, thank you for your contributions this morning. I do hope that, like me, I've learned a lot this morning. And I do hope that the good Lord is going to keep us safe throughout the weekend and we can have another conversation on Monday. Until then, folks, I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.